Hello, everybody. Aw, thank you, Larian. That's really sweet. I don't deserve it. No, I can't believe this last interview with the vampire video has done so well. How did they get that name wrong? That's not even like a super challenging one. I think most people just don't try to say names correctly. Yeah, they went way up on this last interview with the vampire video. I was like, holy shit. God damn. Apparently, there were clips that were going around on Twitter, or X, whatever the fuck people want to call it nowadays. But yeah, there was a clip of me gagging over Armand that's like going around. Hello, hello, Zakia, and hello, Shayna. How are my party people doing? I agree. It's always Twitter to me as well. Elon Musk can go fuck himself. Quote me on that. My week has been good. Just going to work, doing my artwork. Scooby, come here. Don't have time to be messing around with you barking at everyone. But it's been a good week. He's transphobic. He's a Trump supporter, billionaire, rich asshole. Like, fuck Elon Musk. Scooby, you have to be nice and sweet and quiet. I'm streaming right now. Yeah. And I know you guys love Scooby. I do too. He's a good boy. Just loud sometimes. No one wants to hear you barking. Ooh, just got some Taco Bell. Hey, Savage. I haven't finished Interview with the Vampire. I'm watching episode 3 tonight. And I believe there are 8 episodes in the second season. And everyone in the comments has been really good about like not spoiling anything or ruining the show, which I'm really appreciative of. Yes, I have a little ways to go, Shayna. I'm sorry. They want to run some ads for you. I'm going to skip them because y'all don't deserve the ads. Oh, I'm excited for From. That is, I think that's just going to be my next one. Like, as much as I do want to get back to The Leftovers, From, just off the trailer, got me really hyped, so I'm thinking that'll be my next one after Interview with the Vampire. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the username. Gemini. I'm sorry. I tried my best. But thank you very much. It's always good to have new people coming in. I like to keep my lighting fun. I was told on a couple videos I made at one point, like you should just light yourself, you know, normally, like with a regular, like a white light. Just keep it, I don't know, easier to see like what's going on, and I'm like, nah, screw that. I'm gonna go with my bisexual lighting all day, forever. Oh, I'm having trouble putting the filter back on. Hold on. I heard Mayfair Witches was kind of bad, so yeah, I probably won't be watching for that one. What are you saying no way to? They're both good shows, but From is newer, so it will catch you in the first 10 minutes. Oh, I believe it. I mean, again, the trailer caught me within the first, 20 seconds. Thank you, Shayna. I agree. The white light is boring. I could go for... Here, let's experiment with the lighting just a little bit now. I could keep my red and pink and then go for like an orange. That's not bad. Not great. I like contrast in my lighting. There's not much contrast here. Cinematography was wonderful though. That's about it. The characters were so boring. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I don't plan on watching the Mayfair Witches, which is unfortunate because I love witches. Witchcraft and all that is really neat in my opinion. I love it. Just watched Witches of Eastwick earlier. And how was that? Oh, no, yeah. Shayna, you hooked me with that trailer. You hooked me. And thank you. This is a brand new shirt. I wanted to look nice and cute. I haven't bought new clothes in forever, as most of you probably notice. I wear the same, 10 shirts just on an endless loop in every video I've ever made. So I bought myself some new clothes. I can do a little fashion show for you guys today if you want. Oh, I should read the novels. I wouldn't mind reading Mayfair Witches. Also, let's change colors again. Let's see here. We can go for a green. I don't like that. It makes my eye especially dark and miserable looking. Looks like I have a black eye. Good contrast, though. Good contrast. I love the first novel of the series. Anne Rice was such a great writer. Yeah, I still have not read the books for, Interview with the Vampire, the Lestat series, Mayfair Witches, none of that, so I probably should pick that up. I like a good book. Thought I was wearing denim overalls? No. Although some overalls would look kind of cute, too. So far, you have not led me astray, Shayna. That is true. Let's change this up. Some pink and red. Meh. Witches of Eastwick is witch classic, very underrated compared to Craft and Hocus Pocus, though. Okay. I mean, The Craft was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Me and my mom would watch that all the time because we loved our witchcraft stuff. I'm on the pink light right now. I don't know, what else can I do here? Go for just a... I guess that is more like the standard that people expect me to have. Just a yellow light. But it's boring. I like my blue and pink red. Stop trying to give everyone ads. I'm barely starting the stream. I'm talking about Deadpool and we were dissecting it from the timeline's sake, and man, it's a mess. Yeah, I have no idea what the timeline is supposed to be. I was just talking to my mom, Zakia, actually, just right before the stream started. And she's doing very good. She finally got accepted back into the dog pod, so she's training problem behavior dogs now, which is exactly what she wanted to do. It's what she was doing for a long time. And now she can finally get back to it, so I'm very happy for her. She still needs to get a hip replacement though, or a double hip replacement, so she's in a bit of pain. But she's scheduled and will be, getting it taken care of as soon as they allow it. So it's all good. And yes, I agree, Savage. This is the channel's official theme, the bisexual lighting. I should turn on the guitar back there. In fact, I will. Hold on. Now it's official. She'll be good. No worries. And hip replacement, I'm sure, will cost a lot of money, but it's not like she's ever getting out and will need to actually pay it, so... I guess there's some silver linings we can take from the situation. What's going on over here? Sorry, I'm just reading something right now. But yeah, Mom's doing good. I'm doing good. Channel seems to be doing good. If anything, right now, the only thing that's not going fantastic is the artwork. That seems to have stagnated a little bit in terms of people watching, but what are you gonna do? I enjoy it. Mind if we dissect Deadpool a bit? Hopefully everyone has seen it by now. Sure. And yes, I do draw. More here than there. But I cannot give out the name of the account. As discussed many times before, YouTube doesn't like it, so... I can't. Otherwise this video is gonna get blocked. What are your plans for Halloween? To dress as something slutty. I don't know what yet, but I want to dress up like a complete and utter slut. I love how I say that just after I'm like, YouTube won't like what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, if you guys know it, then go ahead and tell. Try to do it privately. I don't know if the chat is being monitored as well. It probably is. So we were trying to understand, how does Charles not know about his sister? I don't know. I feel like that's one of those things where it's like, just don't think too hard on it. Just accept that somehow he didn't know. And move on. Like, that's what I did when I watched the movie. I was just like, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make a huge amount of sense. Well, I mean, I guess mutant genes don't kick in until you reach puberty, so there's no way he would have known until well after she was already gone. You'd think he'd hear from his parents' mind, like, oh yeah, you had like a sister that we never told you about. I don't know. I don't know. Boyfriend is crazy about Deadpool. I'm mid on Deadpool. Deadpool's funny, but he's also annoying to me, but also funny. And, you know, back and forth it goes. So I'm just like, I don't know how I fully feel about Deadpool. Sometimes I find it hilarious, sometimes I find it grating. How does Deadpool know where Logan was buried? I don't know. Again, it was one of those things where I'm like, don't think about it too hard. He knows that he's, you know, a character as opposed to like a regular person. I'm sure some of that fourth wall breaking knowledge is how he ended up finding Logan's final resting place. I mean, the movies, what was it? First Class sort of discussed his family life, just a teeny bit. Teeny itty bitty little bit. I mean, to be fair, Ryan Reynolds, I think, does play the character extremely well. Like, I think he is Deadpool at this point, but yeah, they're basically one and the same. Weirdly enough, the questions and the plot holes didn't really take me out of the movie. I was pretty much just like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. Oh. Sorry, I needed to stretch. The X-Men film franchise as a whole will always require a bit of... I don't think that deeply. They sure didn't. Exactly. Blake who? And yeah, I still enjoy them, Savage. I wouldn't go as far as to say I love them, at least not anymore. Because the more I do think about the movies and like everything that's happened with them, I'm sort of just like, they've got some problems. Who's Matt Rife? Am I gonna be happy that I look like him? Let me look it up. I do not. That man is far prettier than I will ever be. Although he does remind... I need to shave. Thank you for the reminder. Any new favorite albums or songs you like? Lewis Cole just came out with a new album. I haven't actually got a chance to listen to it yet, though. Oh, Blake Lively. Yeah, she's just sort of spearheading her career down into the drain at the moment, which, like, good for her. I don't fucking care. But yeah, Lewis Cole has a new album that I really want to listen to. Other than that, though... Oh, Childish Gambino's new album I've been really enjoying. I will what? Seen X2 the other day, and I love Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. Yeah, I thought it was a good take on the character. Sure, I'm pretty, but like not that pretty. Matt Rife is like model quality, like chiseled face and everything. Look how round my face is. It's not nearly as defined as I need it to be. Lewis Cole fell off for you, really? New album is long as hell. Well, I mean, they're all a bit long. That's one of the reasons I like them. The first three will always hold a special place in my nostalgia. I mean, for nostalgia purposes, yeah, they all hold a special place for me as well. It's childhood. Oh, you're going to see Childish this coming month. Tell me how it is. I've never got to see him live. And thank you, Larian. I saw Sabrina Carpenter's Taste video. I don't really like Sabrina Carpenter all that much. Musically, I mean. It's okay. It's not bad by any means, but it's also not like, Oh wow, I really, really love this. If that makes any sense. It's alright. Lewis Cole just not active enough for me to pay attention anymore. I feel like he's more active than a lot of artists out there. When's the last time Rihanna came out with a new song? It's been forever. I'm sorry, Larian. I'm just a little mid on Sabrina Carpenter. I used to have a crush on him. Crazier things have happened. No judgments. Mainly going because I want to see Willa Smith. I would like to see Willa Smith as well. Her music is surprisingly great. I do enjoy her music a lot. I don't know if I've heard Atavista. I probably have, and I'm just forgetting the name of it. But I'm going to listen to it right now because I can. Because I know I haven't heard everything off the album just yet. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, I've definitely not heard this one. I'm digging it, though. I'm digging it. I don't think Rihanna's retired. I guarantee you she's going to come out with some more music. I guarantee it. Mark my words. Quote me on it from this moment. She's going to make more music. Ooh, I do like this Atavista a lot. Jenna Ortega was in the video. Reminds me of Death Becomes Her and Kill Bill. Jenna Ortega certainly has seen a sharp rise in her career. And if Childish Gambino makes it, I guarantee I'm gonna like it. Like, I don't think he's made a single song that I didn't like, even the more strange ones that I didn't get at first. Whenever she starts to lose money, she'll release an album. Maybe that's not a bad prediction of the future, I wouldn't say. Although, to be fair, that does mean it might be a little while, because she seems to be making more money than ever right now. Kind of over the nostalgia of the 2010s. I'm over nostalgia as a thing, but I still get nostalgic over things from my childhood. Although 2010s is almost getting out of my childhood at that point, and that's moving into like late teens, early 20s for me. Katy Perry has another upcoming album. I don't really care. I really don't like Katy Perry. But she's had a couple songs that were good. I want to see Jenna and the Korean chick from Squid Game to work together for a girl action movie. That wouldn't be a bad team up. That would be rather interesting. Again, if it's a song from my childhood, I'll get nostalgic over it. Like if I heard... What's the name of the song? It's from the band Puddle of Mudd. Blurry. Anytime I hear Blurry, I'm like, okay, yeah, that takes me back to when I was like 6 years old in my dad's truck, like jamming out, singing my little 6-year-old heart out. Listening to it right now, and I'm like, yeah, it takes me right back. And of course, or at least of course I've heard of the epic rap battles of history. Got a little tedious for me, a little samey after a certain point, but they were quite funny, very entertaining. And thank you, Shayna. I agree. My someone, you could be my seed. Now that I'll protect you from all of the obscene. Wonder what you're doing, no matter where you are. Yeah, takes me back instantaneously. Katie has hit songs though in the past. In the past, yes. She had a few in the past that I did enjoy. One sort of recently. What was it called? Oh god, I can't remember what it's called. Let me just look up Katy Perry and I'm sure I can figure it out. It's too many new songs that I don't know anything about. I did not like Dark Horse. Katy Perry was the one who did Last Friday Night? I don't know why I did not remember that. Oh, Bon Appetit. I kind of like Bon Appetit. That was weirdly a bit of a bop. I liked it. Stepmom introduced me to Blurry, and I was surprised, especially when she's into Linkin Park. I mean, it has an almost Linkin Park-ish vibe to their sound, a little bit. I haven't heard Woman's World. I don't know what that one even sounds like. Bon appetit, baby. I remember my sister showed me this song. She's just like, I love it so much. I was like, yeah, it's actually pretty good. Stacy's mom. Yeah, not exactly the song to be discussing with your parents. Stephen King versus Edgar Allan Poe. I remember that one. Do I use Apple Music or Spotify? Neither. I'm a freak and I use Pandora because I'm cheap and I don't want to pay for Spotify, nor do I like Spotify's UI. And I don't have an Apple phone, so I don't use Apple Music. Wait, hold on just one moment. I'll be right back. did I do with it? Ah. I still need my nicotine fix, unfortunately. And yes, that app is still around. Thank you very much. I'm 30 years old and I am sticking to Pandora as long as they allow it. And yes, you are not the only Android user left in the world. I personally prefer an Android to an iPhone. But I don't hate either one. Like, they're fine. They're phones. They work. Essentially, they do the same things, just in slightly different ways. Amazon has a music app, too. There's too many of them. I don't have time for all this. Like, we need a streaming service for everything. We need a music service for everything. I'm tired and old. I don't have time for all this. Thank you, Shayna. But yes, I am 30 years old. I'm gonna be 31 in less than 4 months. But title, what is that? By the way, where do I smoke weed or vape? Both. The answer to that question is both. Although I don't smoke very much anymore. Occasionally I still will, but it makes me feel lazy. It's hard for me to like get my artwork and videos done if I'm smoking all the time. Some people can function like perfectly fine off of it, and to them I say, good on you. I'm happy for you. I get really lazy. I'm like, I just want to eat and play video games. So I can't do it as much. Good on you, Larian. You keep your lungs fresh and healthy. Oh, by the way, it is music hour, so the song of the moment, because I can't play it, otherwise the whole stream gets taken down. Darius is the artist name, Darius, and the song is Feels Right. Please play it. It's fantastic. I love it. I think I might be older than most of you. Maybe not. Is this music on streaming platforms? I don't know, just YouTube it. Although I would imagine it would be. See, there you go, Shayna. You're keeping yourself nice and healthy. You all trying to get Larian to smoke? Let him not smoke if he doesn't want to. Yep, you got it, Shayna. I'm listening to it right now because I love this song. I grew up around the smell, Shayna, so I kind of like it. Matter of fact. I like the smell less now that I haven't been smoking it as much, but it's still not bad. You don't drink it all either. Then what do you do? I drink a little bit. A few nights a week. Every few weeks sometimes. Not a heavy drinker, but I enjoy a good drink. And yes, cigarettes are awful. I smoked them for a long time. That's why I'm smoking this now, because it's not cigarettes, basically. But this is also bad for you, so I need to stop smoking all of it, including weed. Smoking anything is bad for your lungs. Some much worse for your lungs than others, but still. So you all must be squares. What do you do with your free time? You just eat food? You just read books? What is going on? By the way, next song of the hour is Kesha's new song, Joyride. I actually love it to death. It's exactly the kind of energy I'm trying to tap into. You say you love me? Well, that's funny. So do I. It's like, I just want to be that bitch, you know? Watch television series and movies. Work, go to school. Aww. Well, you're living your best lives. I'm proud of you all. Anatomy of a Fall. Is it a movie? A show? It appears to be a movie. A woman is suspected of her husband's murder, and their blind son faces a moral dilemma as the sole witness. I won't lie, that one's going to be a little tough for me because, I mean, again, it's a woman suspected of her husband's murder. That's literally my backstory right there. Might be a little tough for me to watch, but I can give it a go. Beat beat by this knife. I don't have Hulu right now. I've been churning through streaming services to try and save money. So right now all I have is HBO and Netflix. But I guess I can do a Hulu subscription. I can cancel my Netflix maybe for a little while. No, it might be on HBO. Okay. No, I forgot. I also have Amazon Prime, but that's because of my phone plan. It comes with it. That's how I watched the Fallout series and utterly loved it. By the way, I'm sad that I did not cover that show for the channel. It probably wouldn't have done well because it's such a mainstream show, and I've noticed the mainstream content that I do on this channel usually doesn't do great because there's so many other reactors and breakdown specialists who cover those things. It's like, why would you watch my smaller channel when there's already like better videos out there of those things? But when I cover the smaller stuff, it seems to do better. So I'll bet Fallout wouldn't have done great for me on the channel, but I absolutely love that show. And I agree, Larian. I cannot keep up with how expensive all this stuff is. I'm gonna need to reactivate my Paramount Plus soon when the next Star Trek show starts. which I won't be covering on this channel. I'll be covering it on the other channel I do with Fletcher. Yeah, inflation right now is insane. It's really bad. It's like really bad. We'll see if it gets better or worse come after the election. I somehow doubt it, but both sides say that they're going to make it better. Will they actually? Again, I somehow doubt it. I like that you do the niche shows. It makes you unique. Thank you. I mean, I like the niche shows. I would say oftentimes I like them more than the big mainstream ones that I cover, with obvious exceptions. I think House of the Dragon is fantastic. Really, really like that show. But there's been a lot of mainstream shows that I covered that maybe at the time I was really enthusiastic about, but as time has gone on, I've kind of dwindled on those opinions a little bit. Like a lot of the Disney Plus shows, I'm like, I enjoyed them at the time, but a lot of them I'm not the biggest fan of anymore. I hope it gets better too, Larian. We'll see. All we can do is vote and see. With or without food stamps and student loan forgiveness. True. Like, I don't have student loans, but I'm still struggling, so what's that say? You don't care for The Last of Us. It doesn't make me hate you, but I am a little disappointed. Not in you, just I think it's so good. Like, I loved the show. I love the games to death. I will be covering season 2 of that on the channel. Even though, again, it's a mainstream one, it's probably not going to do super well for the channel, but who cares? I've made it clear several times that I cover shows and movies that I care about, not ones that I think are going to get me the most views. Which is exactly what I did with Devs, and that ended up actually doing a lot better than I expected. Never played the video games, don't play video games in general. I watched the first episode of season 1 and I decided I didn't want to watch the episodes. I still think you should finish it at least. Just give it that one season. If you're still not liking it, at least by the end of the first season, then you probably just never will, and that's fine. But I don't think there's much you can get out of just one episode. At least give it a couple episodes. I either never heard of these mentioned shows and songs, or I'm too damn lazy to get into them. Okay. Look them up. We got Google. We have the internet on our side. You won't even watch it because I'm asking. I'm hurt. Oh, next song to listen to, by the way. Oh. Oh, you're right. Oh, thank you for the Mr. Robot reminder. God, I really do need to watch that final season. See, that's another show that I adore. I think it is so good. But I need to. One, I need to catch up. I've forgotten a lot about the show, so I'll need to rewatch the other seasons and then watch that final season. Come on, all y'all. You need to finish these shows. How are you supposed to know if you don't like a story if you don't even know how it ends? still my favorite show of all time, and season 4 is the absolute masterpiece. That's what I hear. I remember binging your Detroit Become Human. Oh, yeah. That would make a cool series. I remember I was beyond drunk for those. Or at least the second time we played it, I was beyond drunk for those. That was fun. That was really fun. And I know I'm right. It's because I'm so cute. I'm just kidding. But yes, you should finish these shows. At least finish a season of a show before you make full opinions on something. Which again, I say that, but I think people have every right to be like, you know what, I'm just not feeling this, and just step away from it. But I happen to love these shows, so I'm just saying. Maybe you should finish it, is all I'm saying. Bohemian Rhapsody was great. I don't really get why it got so canned review-wise. I thought it was a really good movie. You know how it started. But that's not how it ended, now is it? A story is only as strong as its beginning and its ending. You need both. And in the case of Devs, it's only one season. So once you finish it, it's not like, oh, here comes season 2. You're like, well, it's done. I have the full story. Last of Us is almost kind of the same way. Like, it could have easily not had a season 2 or a second game. Could have just been its one thing. It's a solid enough ending. I say solid enough. It's one of my favorite endings to anything in media, actually. I started Devs with a friend just today. Again, nice. I haven't shown my boyfriend Devs. I don't know if he would like... I don't think he would like it. But I might make him watch it. I've made him watch a lot of stuff that he doesn't like. And he's made me watch a lot of stuff that I don't really like. But it's good to... stay flexible. Enjoy things that you might not necessarily have thought you would have, or, try things that you're definitely not into, but, give it a go. You never know. Feedback I got 4 episodes in is the pacing is a bit slow, but the story is great. I also kind of love slow pacing, and I didn't mind it on that show at all. So wasn't interested anymore, and for Devs I had commercials, so that turned me... Oh, yeah, well, commercials does kind of ruin the experience. I will give you that. I will definitely give you that. I haven't seen any of Twisted Metal. Oh, it's got Anthony Mackie. Doesn't appear to be getting the greatest reviews. Oh, it's based off of the games. Interesting. The clown is kind of hot. Don't judge me. Might have to give that a go. Yeah, I don't think he would be either, Shane. I don't think he would enjoy it. It's a little too cerebral and strange, I think, for his taste. But, I mean, maybe I'll make him watch it. And yes, Sakia, my boyfriend. And then he's been my boyfriend for almost 2 years now. It's long distance. Shows that Lyndon from Devs is also the lead of Alien Romulus. Yep, same person. And I have not seen Alien Romulus just yet, but I probably will. I'm just a little turned off from Alien as a franchise at this point. I feel like they've really gone downhill, but I've heard good things about the movies, so maybe I will. And yes, we are in an open relationship. We both got needs, and with long distance, kind of need to. He's also a firmly against monogamy, just from bad experiences in the past, which I respect. Show's pretty good in my opinion. The clown was okay. Okay. As I said, I thought the clown was kind of hot. So yes, needs must be met. Got heavily inspired by Alien Isolation. Oh, Alien Isolation was a great game. Which that does make me a bit more interested in it now. And yes, you've missed quite a bit, Zakia. But I was also gone for a long time, so everyone sort of missed a bit. Grinder is not fun anywhere. I don't know if I'm allowed to pronounce it on live or not. I guess I'll find out if the stream gets blocked. But it's just stupid. People on there are so like aggressively horny. It's just annoying. It's annoying. Alien Isolation vibes are off the charts. I mean, I felt like the trailers for the movie definitely it sort of just looked like a copy of the original Alien movie. Which is why I was like, I don't know, maybe. But I'll have to give it a go. Body horror is tough for me though. It's like genuinely hard for me to watch body horror stuff. We've talked about that on this channel before. And Alien is all about body horror, so it's just a little tough. I gotta be in the right mindset for it. But Tinder's a little better. Tinder has people who actually want to like go on dates. Also has people who just want to hook up, but it has some people that like want to do the whole experience, not just a hookup. Grinder is entirely just hook up right now, not later, right now. And it's just frustrating. Someone just rang my door. I do not intend to open it. But I should go check. Hold on, just give me one moment. I don't know who it was because I don't see anyone there now. No, the hookup is not here. Although I certainly look the part right now, do I not? This might seem like a super personal question, but do you guys tell each other if your needs have been met? Yes, we're very, very open with each other. Sometimes, I wouldn't say too open, but we've gotten into a few a few fights where I was very vocal about my needs being met and my frustrations over the long distance, because it's really tough. Facebook dating. I don't even have a Facebook anymore. And yeah, he trips anytime there's anyone like remotely close to the door. Will you stop barking, please, sir? Enough. Be a good boy. Up here. Up here. Hop up. The Ruby scene. Yeah, that was a particularly gory little transformation scene in Lovecraft Country. Only been in monogamous relationships. I mean, that was me for a long, long time. But then I decided I love this guy enough to try something different, and turns out that I can do it. I'm, if anything, I am very honest about my feelings. Sometimes too much so, but you know. ¿Quién lo diría? Que se podría ser el amor por telepatía. La luna está llena, mi cama vacía, lo que yo daría. I was trying to show you the baby, but he just wanted to run away and go stare out the window at who he thinks is invading his home. Scooby, come here. Up on the bed. Come on. There you go. Here's the baby. And now he's doesn't want to be up there, though. You got a brief glimpse. I hope you all were paying attention. Don't you want to be the star of the show? They love you. What? Okay, I know these ad agencies are listening to me now because I just got a little pop up from Grindr about not even a message from someone, just them saying like, "Hey, haven't seen you in a bit." Like, shut up, go away. Oh, you know the song, Shayna. I love Kali Uchis. And we agreed, Larian. Communication is key. Majorly, majorly key. And yes, he's a big boy. And I mean, Larian, I understand why people don't want to sit down and have those conversations because those are tough. Like, they're very, very strenuous on your mental health to have those conversations, but at the same time it's extremely necessary. As uncomfortable as they can be, it will get more uncomfortable if you don't have them. And yeah, exactly, Savage. Hi, Scooby. Bye. Whatever. And I don't know. I don't know if more open relationships would be a good or a bad thing. I feel like ultimately it would probably be a good thing. People will be, less jealous, less controlling in a relationship, more open to being loving and kind to more people. I feel like ultimately it would probably be a good thing. But there's also nothing wrong with a monogamous relationship. Inherently, anyways. Some people just are terrible at it. And yes, most people would rather just ghost a person than actually talk about these things, which again, I get why, but it's not healthy. It's not going to help. Kind of the same as you and your boyfriend, but with a couple more barriers. And nothing wrong with barriers, as long as you both have talked about them, you both agree on them, you've come to a solid compromise that suits you both. Like in those cases, barriers are good. We all need barriers in the many relationships we have with other people in our lives. By the way, next song to listen to, everybody, is. Let's do Feng Suave Sink into the Floor. Feng Suave is spelled Feng space Suave. And the song is Sink into the Floor. So I couldn't imagine sharing someone that I am emotionally attached to. I mean, I'm also a jealous person, and I couldn't imagine it either until I did. And there's still challenges with it, no question about it. But it's helped me become a much less jealous person and understand that, physically being attracted to other people doesn't mean he's any less emotionally attracted to me, if that makes sense. More people in monogamous relationships tend to take advantage. It does seem to be a common, reoccurring thing. And that's good, Savage. Those are good, healthy habits to have. And I would mostly agree, Shayna. And Shayna, we just have similar taste, clearly, because Sink Into the Floor is such a good, good song. This is very often my, I want to do some artwork. Let me listen to a little Feng Suave. I'm my only one. Do you know I... Oh, I also said I was going to do a little fashion show. I forgot. So yes, this is one of the new tank tops that I got. I like it a lot. My little newspaper print. Let me switch into something else. I also have my slutty see-through shirt that I'm feeling. I really like this one. Thank you, Larian. How has this made you less jealous? Because I know that if I share the deepest parts of me with someone and they feel that they should venture out to find another person to be with them, I feel used. It's helped me with it because, one, we've talked endlessly about the emotional aspect of it. And again, like being not forced to, but I guess forcing myself to try that new set of emotions. Thank you. Very demure, very mindful, very approachable, very cutesy. But yeah, it's more like forcing myself to try something else here has allowed me to become a little different in the way I handle my emotions. Thank you, Shayna. The rest of them aren't as like cutesy, I guess, but I still like them. Besides the long distance, he has two daughters, and my father is too overprotective due to what happened to me in the past. Yeah, and certain limitations of life and circumstance are going to change how people are able to approach their relationships. Nothing like it. Me too, Larry. And this is actually the first one I've ever done that's like a little see-through. Makes me feel cute. I see, Zakia. I see. And by the way, I will switch to my next shirt. This one's just very simple, just a t-shirt. Little low hem t-shirt. I like it. And this one has a really cute design on it that I like a lot. I think Scooby likes it too. Next song, by the way, is by More, Heaven's Only Wishful. More, M-O-R, one word. Then Heaven's Only Wishful. Absolutely love this song as well. Trusting yourself and your partner is what that sounds like to me. And I got mad trust issues. I mean, so do I. Again, I have family members that murdered other family members. After that, it's a little hard to trust anyone, but sometimes you just gotta take a leap of faith and hope for the best. And it's not always gonna work out, but sometimes it will. The Hales Fiona. Okay. Oh, I think I've heard this. It's already definitely my style. Oh, well, I get that's cute. I got new clothes. I just want to show them off, Zakia. And I'm in a relationship with a guy I don't necessarily have trust issues, and that person is going to cheat. They're going to cheat regardless. Yeah. I mean, if a person is capable of cheating, that's always going to be a problem. Like, there's nothing that really changes that. And I understand that, Shayna, but at the end of the day, sometimes things change. It's also a part of relationships I think most people don't want to deal with or come to terms with, but some people fall out of love. Some people find other people. It's just how it goes. Does it hurt? Absolutely. But is it a part of it? Yeah, it's just a part of it. Yes, that is very accurate, Zakia. I like this one a lot, in particular. It's actually navy blue, but it's hard to tell with the lighting setup that I have. Have I been cheated on? Yes, I have. And yeah, it hurt. I wasn't a fan. Also true, Zakia. Not every type of relationship is for every person. There's no reason to push yourself into doing something that you don't want to do. I also get that, Shayna. There's no way to really prepare for it. It's gonna be painful. I totally get that. By the way, I'm switching back to my original shirt. Yeah, I like that song. And that was good. Did you find out that you were cheating on by catching them? No, not by catching them. Basically was just told by them, like, yeah, this is what's happening. And I was like, wow, fuck you both. I was less sad, more angry, but that's sort of my default emotion when things get heated. How would you riz up a girl movie edition? In what way? I got no riz. I don't know how to do it. Where'd you get that dog shirt, by the way? I want to order it for my dad since we lost Howie. Well, unfortunately, I got these off of Shein, which I only realized apparently used child labor until after the order came in, and someone was like, "Oh, you got them off of Shein? That's kind of fucked up." And I was like, "Why?" And then it was explained to me, so I wouldn't personally recommend getting these gloves. I do enjoy them a lot, but I won't be ordering any more from them. I will have to find somewhere else to be getting my clothes from now on. I just don't want to do Amazon. Amazon also uses fucking child labor and everything. It's like impossible to find something that's not supporting some kind of evil nowadays. Amazon is also very expensive. Me too, Shayna. If there was a way to do that, then I'd be all down for it. And it was a tough time, but I get over things rather. I shouldn't say rather easily. I push things down and don't deal with them, which is how I've managed to get through a lot of things in my life. It's only now that I'm starting to go through therapy where I'm like, oh wow, I got a lot of baggage. I need to unpack some of this. Well, are you a child, Zakia? Just kidding. It does have generous return policies. And I'm surprised that you work at Amazon. Everyone I know who has ever worked for Amazon has said they could not keep up with it. That the working conditions were too intense. But I guess it also depends on what you're doing there. Okay, and like I said, I wouldn't recommend that you shop with Shein because of the whole child labor thing. But as I said, I am having difficulty finding anyone else that doesn't do that as well. So it's a little tough. It's like, okay, buy your shirt from Walmart. Who made that shirt? Someone who is severely underpaid for the amount of work that they're doing. Most likely from out of the country. What about Target? Same thing. What about Amazon? Same thing. It's like there's no winning. Exactly, Seb. It's time to learn how to make my own clothes because the world sucks, bro. Sort, handle, and organize all kinds of packages. See, I have a one of my good friends was doing that exact thing. She lasted a day and was like, "Bro, hate this, hate this, hate this, hate this." But that also depends on the person themselves. I do love these clothes. That's another reason I'm like debating whether I'm going to get anything else off of it. Because again, I'm like, I could shop elsewhere, but they're doing the same shitty practices. So who do I go to that doesn't practice these horrible practices and doesn't cost like $200 for a shirt? It's very, very difficult. Can't boycott worth a damn anymore. Almost everything has a. Yeah, well, exactly. Pretty much everything. But there are some things where I'm like, I have other options that are better. It's like, I don't like to do Chick-fil-A because even though the food is good, it's not good enough for me to support the anti-trans and anti-LGBT bullshit that the company performs. And I don't have to eat there specifically. I can eat elsewhere. And there are other companies who at least aren't publicly doing those things. Whether they're doing them behind closed doors, I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know. But when it comes to clothing specifically, there is no major company that you can purchase from that doesn't do that. Like, unless you go to like a very specific out of the way shop that creates their own clothes in house, which again are going to cost an insane amount, you can't do anything about that. So it's just very frustrating. It's like I can actively not get another Harry Potter product because I hate J.K. Rowling and I don't want her to get any of my money. I don't need to have some of those things. But when it comes to clothing, it's sort of like, well, I do sort of need those, and I gotta get them from somewhere. It's just frustrating. It's very frustrating. Brant over though. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. Corporations, capitalism, man, don't it suck? It might get me in trouble to say, but I am openly like a socialist at this point. I would almost be borderline communist with the way my political leanings view, or the way my political views lean. Inherently, it's not a bad practice. It can be corrupted into something quite awful, as we have seen in history. But there are very many socialist countries, especially, that are functioning quite perfectly right now. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes the type who separates the creator from the creations. I can't. Not when there's monetary value being gained from it. Again, the whole vote with your wallet thing I think applies more than ever to media because, again, it's not a necessary product. Even if I like the product being made, if it's being made by someone who I am now supporting and giving money to, who is going to then use that money to actively like seek out trans people in order to fuck them over, I can't do it. Like I just can't. And I really find it frustrating because I love the world of Harry Potter. It's my childhood. I will continue to watch the original movies because I have them on DVD. I will continue to read the books because I love them. But I will not be watching any future Harry Potter movies or shows or anything because I know she's getting a huge cut of that. And she's going to use that money to then spout out her ridiculous hate rhetoric against other trans people. And I can't support it. Hate her. Really frustrates me that she has taken such a downward nosedive into the shitty person that she's become. Because she used to be, like a beacon of hope for a lot of the LGBT community. Her writing spoke to a lot of us. And it's true. A lot of these scandals are kind of ruining the nostalgia of the past, but there's new things to enjoy. There's new creators to support that aren't terrible people, so it's fine. Does it suck? Yes. But gotta just keep on moving through it. By the way, next song, Melt. The song is Love Again. The band is MELTT. Maybe I should be going. Have you ever noticed any LGBT characters in Harry Potter? Nope. I'm trying to think if there is one. I don't think so. But again, I don't think that in and of itself is a bad thing. She is a straight woman who wrote a story. She's a straight white woman who wrote a story with mostly straight white characters. Does that make her a bad person? No. It means that was the story and the things that she knew about and wanted to write about. And that's fine. But her themes of being other, being weird and outcast, and then being accepted by the other outcasts into this beautiful, magical world, like that spoke to so many LGBT people on such a deep level that it is really, really shitty for her to then come out later on in life saying, oh, well, I actually hate a whole group of you, going completely against what she was writing about in the fucking first place. It really drives me insane. And I'm convinced, like, I'm 100% convinced she did not hold these views back then when she was writing the books. Again, based off of the actual writing in those books, even though some of them are, like children's stories that grew up as they went, I truly don't think those were her opinions at the time. And I think over the course of her life, after the fact, has been influenced by all the wrong people into becoming an absolutely horrible person. And thank you, Savage. Couldn't have said it better myself. I could be wrong about that, obviously. Like, she could very well have held these opinions her entire life and is only now voicing them. That's entirely a possibility. I just personally believe that's probably not the case. She just happened to become friends with some really shithole people and then became a shithole person as well. And you haven't heard Melt in a while? I absolutely love this song. A couple of their songs I really, really enjoy. This one is definitely up there for me. Next song, let's do Gorillaz. I would assume most of you already know Gorillaz, but Gorillaz. The song, let's do Désolé. Don't understand why some gay men don't like trans people. It's disgusting. No, I agree. It's very much a very hypocritical notion. I'm glad you do, Zakiya. I mean, there's a lot of gay men in particular who hate other parts of the LGBT group. To me, it feels like a play on gaining some sense of control in your life. You're like, oh, well, I'm this hated party. But if I hate the even more marginalized people than me, then maybe I'll be accepted by the rest of the world, which you won't be. You're a fool. And yeah, I would assume a lot of it is also internalized homophobia, which a lot of gay men do suffer from pretty severely. I am also happy the cast were not influenced by her, Savage. I'm glad a lot of the cast of the Harry Potter films, a lot of the crew from the Harry Potter films were like, just to be clear, we do not fuck with this woman. Like, she has gone off the deep end, and we're very disappointed in what she's doing now. I'm very happy to have seen that. Daniel Radcliffe, in particular, seems to have really uh, taken the piss out of J.K. Rowling for the things that she's said and done. Of course, I've heard Strobe Light from Gorillaz. I've heard everything from Gorillaz. I love Gorillaz. Empire Ants has probably been my favorite song recently from Gorillaz that I've been listening to. It's not a recent song, it's the one that I've been listening to recently. And not always Larian, but in many cases, yes. Anymore. Oh, you went to their comeback concert? That's cool. I've never seen Gorillaz live. I would love to. Stevie's solo albums. I don't know how much of that I've listened to. But yes, I am a fan of Fleetwood Mac. I mean, Stevie had a song with Gorillaz. I'm assuming that's why you brought them up. Oh, Andromeda? Andromeda's really good, yeah. Cool, witchy tunes. Chameleon the Ransom. It's a slower build, but I think you might like it a bit. Let me give it a listen. Already am enjoying how this is starting. Has an almost dissonant kind of tune to it. I like it. Oh, they were Zakia? That's cool. I'm not even sure what the core audience for Gorillaz is. I feel like it's a good mixture of young and old, I would assume. You've been surprised with tickets for the same night. Tame Impala or Kings of Leon? Tame Impala. Hands down. Easy money. I made fun of my fucking friend group because every time Tame Impala would get brought up, I'd be like, that's only one guy? And they'd all be like, no, really? And they knew full well, but they were just, teasing me because I got so excited about it every time. Cause I love Tame Impala. How much like my music taste because my family hates it. Well, that means they ain't got no taste in music because you seem to have some very good taste in music. That being said, I feel like I have very flexible tastes, and shows that I watch, movies that I watch, music that I listen to. Like I'll be just as happy listening to some slow indie R&B as I am to a pop rap song or heavy metal or some math rock. Literally every single band you just listed, Zakia, are a yes from me. I would be particularly upset about not seeing Tame Impala and Baby Metal. Collaborated with Tame Impala. I know, I loved that song. Tame Impala also recently did a collaboration with Justice, which I was living for. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, I'm definitely digging this song. Exactly, Shannon. They're not on your level yet. That's okay. It's okay. Hey, Justin Bell, how's it going? Never heard of Baby Metal. Give him a listen. It's very different. Not really, Larian. I basically just have my Instagram, but I rarely post on that. There's so many things that I'm doing. I can't, like, without a media team to help me, like, there's no way for me to post on Twitter and on Instagram and keep up with the Patreon and do my artwork for my other Twitter account and do my YouTube videos. Like, it's just too much. So I don't really do much on social media. And we're just chit chatting, Justin. Blake Roman. Don't think I've heard them. Chameleon is an upcoming talent from Ireland. Interesting. And yeah, I do. Megatsune. I don't even have the password to get into that Discord anymore. So I'm glad you all enjoy it, and there's literally nothing I can do like involving that Discord. It's hard enough getting logged into the current Discord that I use, just because there's so many security steps to it. Music Soul Child. I'll listen to a song of theirs. I'll put on Teach Me. Oh, I'm glad, Justin. We were just discussing people finishing their shows earlier. Yes, Baby Metal is just enjoy it. That's all I'll say. Just enjoy it. We get some nice R&B here. I like. Rob Zombie loves Baby Metal. I am unsurprised by that. I'm glad, Justin Bell. I'm watching episode 3 tonight. Yes, they're very curious, Justin. Oh, that would be fun, Zakia. I do not drink coffee. I have a very adverse reaction to caffeine where it makes me sweat and shake and have panic attacks. So I can't have coffee. If I have a soda, I can only have like one. And this is not soda. This is Powerade. So still got to get my sugar fix in there somewhere. And Shayna, you think that's crazy? I think I've watched that season of The Last of Us probably about 4 or 5 times as well. I played the games, though, 10 times each, maybe more. Love you too, Justin. Have a nice dinner. Not the biggest fan of Jews. I love Jews. I have to force myself not to drink too much of it because, again, it's too much sugar, and I'm trying to cut back on that just a little bit at least. Ooh, Baja Blast is damn good. I haven't had any in a long time, but it is damn good. Mac Airs. Sounds familiar, but don't think so. I haven't watched the Borderlands film, and I probably will not. I was not the biggest fan of the game in the first place, and I've heard the movie is absolute trash. So I'm like, I think I'm good. I'll listen to Easy by Mac Ayres. Oh, I swear I've heard this. I swear I've heard this. I'm glad, Dave. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm really enjoying the show. Oh, sorry, my eyes are like really hurting me today. I need my glasses. That's a bit better. Okay. Do show me. I can do that. Everyone says I look like Clark Kent in these glasses. I don't have the masculine body of Clark Kent. It reminds me I need to order some matcha from Overton Night Shift. Better do it quickly. Didn't you see the score on Rotten Tomatoes? Like, yeah, I did. it's pretty bad. Roy Ayers is a singer-musician, especially for blaxploitation movies. Oh, nice. I wondered if that genre, blaxploitation movies, even existed anymore. Or if it only counted for the particular era during the 70s, like up to the 80s. What are you asking about a pommel horse for? I had to look it up to make sure I knew what you were talking about. There were some blaxploitation movies that I thought were really, really good, and there were some that I was like, I don't know about that. But that's just my opinion as a white person, so take it for what you will. It evolved into hood movies or something. I wonder what the term for it is nowadays, actually. Let me see if I can find out. What did blaxploitation movies evolve into? just as far into the... That's not really the question I was asking. I don't think I'm going to get a solid answer here. I'm not really seeing a good answer to it. What dude from the Olympics? I didn't watch all of the Olympics. I just particularly enjoyed the Australian breakdance. It was so funny. Oh my god, that was so funny. Okay, song of the hour is it'll be easier to just search this. Just search DDWIWDD, all one word. That should give you what I'm looking for. Yeah, I guess Black Dynamite would be the closest thing to blaxploitation in today's current landscape. Would you say They Clone Tyrone would be considered that? I don't know if it would. That's almost just entirely a satire, which I guess a lot of blaxploitation is. I'm not sure actually. That might count. Good old Pam Grier. I thought Coffee was a lot better than Jackie Brown, personally. I enjoyed Coffee. Coffee was not my favorite of the blaxploitation movies I saw, but it certainly was up there. The guy won bronze for the U.S. on Pommel Horse, and he wears glasses. Does anyone know his name so I can search him? I guess that might be enough. Bronze medal U.S. Pommel Horse. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. You look sort of similar. He's got better hair than I do, though. And a better body. Which I would expect out of an Olympic medal winning athlete. I think I've seen Johnny Black. No, I don't think I've seen Johnny Black. Looks like it could be a fun movie, though. Got another song that's a bit upbeat for you. It's called So Cold by Baloo Brigada. Let's give it a listen. Oh, this almost sounds like The Strokes. You see, some of the breakdancing was actually pretty good. It was specifically Reagan. It was so... Oh my god, it was so bad. I loved it, though. Like, I won't lie. fully enjoying myself watching her do that. And yeah, I don't know how she ended up in the Olympics at that level that she was at, but I'm thankful for it because, good God, that was just too entertaining. That's a key. She really did, though. To me, she just looked like a cockroach, like on its back. Just oh man. I hope people don't rip on her too hard, though, just for the sake of her mental health and everything. I'm like, she doesn't deserve to get like bullied too badly, but she deserves to be bullied a little bit for that performance, just a little bit. I like this song, Shayna. Like I said, it sounds very much like the Strokes to me, and I love the Strokes. And now we don't have breakdancing in the Olympics. Did they really get rid of it after that? I would feel like they need to keep it after that. Either try and redeem it or go even more on the ray gun side of things. Like, either way, it's going to be entertaining. Yeah, I like that. Let's do a little Daft Punk. Um, do infinity repeating. Thank you, Shayna. I appreciate you. They're adding flag football. We already have enough football in the world. Like, who fucking cares about football? I didn't even really understand them having basketball in the Olympics because I'm like, again, we have professional league basketball all the time. I come to the Olympics to see the sports that you don't get anywhere else, like some quality synchronized swimming or diving or uh, I don't know what's another really good one from the Olympics. Luge in the wintertime, skiing, relay races, stuff like that. Like, I don't care about football or basketball in the Olympics. And I'm also not the biggest fan of sports, but when it comes to the Olympics, I do enjoy the Olympics. Because again, it's all new stuff. It's stuff you don't see all the time. It's interesting. It's more fun. Pole dancing would be great in the Olympics. But if they're getting rid of breakdancing, I highly doubt they're ever going to do something like that. I only watch the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl TV spots and trailers and stuff that they release. You do not know why I watch diving. Thank you very much. Excuse you. Me? Won't stand for this slander. I love basketball. I mean, if you love it, you love it. See, I don't know anything about like who wins or doesn't win the Super Bowl. I don't know. I don't care. Like, who are the Eagles? Aren't they from Philadelphia? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Right, Shayna. I mean, the men gymnasts, I enjoyed. Just saying. Oh, they made the decision to cancel the breakdancing before the Olympics even took place. So they were like, we're just going to have it this one year and then we're going to be done with it. That is weird. Maybe they'll change their mind after the response they got from Raygun. Brianna was wearing both green and red on the halftime show. Like that, Mom. Eagles would have had a bigger chance of winning. Well, she didn't. I do enjoy the halftime performance. See, I know something about sports, Zakia. Barely. Next song for you all. Low Hum, 2 words. The song is I Don't Know Me Like You Do. And yes, I have seen Watchmen, Dave. I have all my reactions and reviews for it on the channel. You can just search up the playlist. I adored that show. I thought it was fantastic. And I was making googly eyes at Yaya the entire time. I don't even remember what Lady Gaga's halftime performance was. I'll bet it was good, but I don't even remember. Remember the first video on your channel that made people open their eyes to your channel? I think it was Lovecraft for me, and then knowing that you knew who Sharonda was. I think Dark is when I started gaining like a significant, or quote unquote significant amount of people watching. And that was when I was like, oh, I have people who are like excited for my next video. Okay, let's go with this. And then Lovecraft, I think, is what I did right after Dark, which gained a whole new set of people. I was actually just rewatching some of my videos for Lovecraft Country. That was a damn good show. And I forgot how hard I cried during the Tulsa Massacre episode. That was beyond like fucked up and sad. It really, really got me. But yeah, those two were probably the big ones that got me on track of people kind of, as you said, opening their eyes to the channel. But then Interview with the Vampire has brought in another kind of group of people. Dev's brought in some people. But I think the first set was Dark. Can't wait to see Joker 2. I am actually pretty excited for Joker 2. I'm shocked that she made a song with Bruno Mars. I was shocked that it was so good. I was like, wait, this is actually really good. It was Lovecraft Country for you as well. Oh, you've seen Lovecraft Country as well, Dave? Yeah, I absolutely love that show. Even for its faults. Like, I don't think it was a perfect show or anything, but it was very, very good. Watched the documentary on the Tulsa Massacre during the 100th anniversary. When was the 100th anniversary? I don't remember the year it happened. I should. I believe that's the title of that episode. $1921. So that would have been 3 years ago for the 100th anniversary. Yeah. It's really weird that it would only list the injured on here and not the deaths. That's a fucked up scenario, man. I do have to wrap things up here because I've reached the end of our time together, but we can wrap things up if you have anything else you want to ask or talk about real quick. Maybe it was Dave. Watchmen was great. I didn't expect that show to open with the Tulsa Massacre. I was like, oh, I just watched Lovecraft Country. I cried my eyes out over it then. I'm surprised we're going right back into it. On my toes to see and hear how well two singers bands collab together when they're good individually. I would agree. Oh, we'll see each other again. Probably not next week because I'm gonna go see my mom. I think I am next week. I have to look at my schedule. I might have to go the week after that, but may or may not have a stream next week, depending on if I go see her. And I agree, Dave. And I will, Zakia. Yes, Shayna. It is boyfriend time already. His stream should be ending just about now as well. But he can wait 5 or 10 minutes if we want to wrap things up, talk about something specific. And yes, he's doing a stream as well, Zakia. And thank you, Dave. I had heard of the Tulsa Massacre before the show came out. But I'm trying to remember what the phrasing for it was. It wasn't called the Tulsa Massacre the way it was taught to me. It was I think it was called the Tulsa Riots. I want to say that was the nomenclature that was used there. He does Zakia, but I will not give it out because he's a very private person and I respect that. It's also not the kind of content even remotely similar to mine, so chances of you all being into it would be fairly low. Of course I do, Shayna. Yeah, I think that's what it was referred to as, Zakia. And no, his streams are not similar to mine at all. Does more gaming stuff, but not like AAA games or anything. I don't think you guys would be interested. I don't think. Maybe you would. Yeah, I remember that show is what told me what a sundown town was, because I had never heard of that before until watching Lovecraft Country. Oh yeah, David's definitely not like GTA that he's playing. Oh really, Zakia? There's a good chance I might have seen that because I think I do follow you on Instagram already. No, it makes my day too, Shayna. But yes, I ought to wrap this up now. So you all have yourselves a wonderful day. I will do the same. And I will hopefully see you all next week, same time, same place. So again, hope you have yourself a good evening, good afternoon, morning, whatever it might be for you. And I will see you all next time. And that's about it.